everybody, welcome to a brand new movie review. This one is for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Now, this one is from director Guy Ritchie. Now, I would say that Guy Ritchie really settled quite well into this period piece action niche, and I'm all for it. If there's one thing I'll never tire of, is Nazis being killed in brutal ways. And they are the most one-dimensionally evil bad guy possible. And the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare give us that in space. We were feels like hundreds of them getting gunned down before our very eyes. It's absolutely glorious. The film follows Gus March Phyllis and his band of soldiers as they try to stop Nazi U-boats from preventing American help during World War II. While this is proudly proclaimed to be based on a true story, it's hard to question how loose the truth may be, because there are more unbelievable moments of bad arson that it's hard to see them all as actual facts. But if there's anything I learned about life, is that some of the most insane things can be true. And the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare strikes the perfect tone between whimsical and grounded. Now, I always felt that Henry Cavill is far more charismatic than the role he's tend to take on will have you believe. And so I'm glad to say that Cavill finally seems to have a part that takes advantage of his natural charm. Gus March Phyllis has just the right amount of bravado and skill to back it up, that he constantly demanding your attention. From Henry Golding to Alex Petitfeld, each character has their own set of skills, and their distinct personalities prevent them from being just being action movie set dressing. Even if their roles can fall into a more stereotypical label, but in a film full of great characters, the real highlight of this film is Alan-Ritchson. And his character Larson, it's just amazing. His enthusiasm is infectious, and his machismo is unmatched. Big fan of him, especially since his Blue Mountain State days, and he's awesome in Ritchie. So it's been great to see him fully embrace the action hero role, and he also utilized those comedy chops to give us some of the most funny moments as well. And he had a very awesome scene in a boat, and let's say there are red lights, and also he has an ass. Oh, I love that scene so much. So Ritchson, much like his character, really is a jack of all trades. Unfortunately, the whole Isa Gonzalez subplot feels like a waste of time. While I'm sure the real-life Marjorie Stewart was vital to the operation, these asides are completely lacking energy, and it really felt like the film is crushed to a halt whenever focusing on Gonzalez, and it's not even fault of the actors, it's more on the subplot that just fails to excite. Maybe in a different film it would have worked, but instead it just takes time away from the people that actually are worth the screen time. Thankfully, many of her scenes involve Troy Schweiger, who is still great as ever, especially as a Nazi villain. The action in this film is properly grounded, with some wonderful use of practical explosions and stuff. I love that so much. I'm sure there are CGI bullets hits that are kind of hard to avoid these days, but they all work great. There's also an excellent sequence that I love, and it's a ludicrous long step scene. I'm sure there are some that they are tired of it, as is a lot of the same thing happening over and over, with various Nazis being shot with silencers. But there's just something so satisfying about it that I could have watched them do it for like another 20 minutes. These men are good at the job, and their job is killing bad guys. Despite its 2-hour runtime, the film moves lightning quick. The plot is rather straightforward, and some may dislike the lack of twists, but not everything needs to pull the audience in a million different directions. I found the inclusion of James Bond author Ian Fleming to be a little bit on the nose, but hey, reality has some stupid things happen sometimes. But I think it was a cool fact to include him in this movie, especially since he based the James Bond character on this Gus, the real life person that Henry Cavill is portraying in this movie. So I think it was an interesting Easter egg to have in this film. Now, regardless, I had a blast watching this movie, and the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, it is one of my favorite Guy Ritchie films. Sometimes I tend to find his work a bit style over substance, but that really works here. There's a little bit of Inglourious Basterds while still carving his own path. He's hoping we get a sequel to this, and there isn't our last time with this awesome band of people. I think the casting works here great, and I think the style and the humor of Guy Ritchie really work well in this story. So I'm hoping for more of this, because it was just a very fun time at the theaters. So if you're looking to have a really good time at the theater, seeing something new, especially an action movie, I mean Henry Cavill, I would say that he's not really enough in the film. I think they haven't set like maybe for a week or more, but they shot like all of his scene back to back. I think they used that kind of a old Hollywood trick, and they spoken up his scenes throughout the movie, making you feel like he's a bigger part of the film. But I still think that he's enough in the film to worth watching. So that's my review for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.